Happy New Year, WNHL95. This is your host, Ultra Magnus. I'm giving you another wheel of fun. Third time this offseason, we're doing a realignment of the divisions. This will be set in place. This is not changing. We're not going to change this for Season 4. This is not moving at all. The only thing that might change is if we expand again and then there's more teams that come in. However, we will leave it in this format. We are going to a 3-division per conference, 5 teams per division, so 15 teams each side. Very balanced, very even, however it sees fit. So the best thing for us to do with this going forward as well is that it will be the top division winner will be 1, 2, and 3, depending on their points. So if one division guy finishes first overall, he gets the number 1. The second division winner between the 3 will get second, and so on for third. And then everybody else will be aligned. So if you got a team that's in second place in your division, but you're better than the other 2 guys, you will start in 4th. So that is no matter what you see it, because we will be increasing games in their division. So you'll be playing 4 games against your own division. You'll be playing 2 games against the other 2 divisions in your conference. And then you'll be playing another 2 games. I don't want to go to 2 games for the rest of the league, because that'll be way too many games. We'll go into 68, which is just crazy talk, especially with some guys saying that, like even 56 is a lot of games. So we're going to go to 56. That's where we're going to stick at, where you're going to play 2 games against 2 of the 3 divisions. So it'll be on a rotating schedule. So season 4, you would play the division you didn't play, and then one of the other 2 divisions again. Then in season 5, you would play the team that you didn't play in season 3, but then you would also play that team again in season 5. So it's every 2 years you play a division, and it rotates like that every season. So top 3, the 4th best team, the best team after the top 3 will become 4 through 8. And that's how it will be. We're going to keep that for a while, see how it works, because I would like us to stick to some kind of format for a change. I know you love your wheels, but let's start with at least something like this. And we're going to make sure that everybody knows that this is a good way to do it. And we'll start this off. So the way it's going to happen, the first 5 teams, you're going to be in a division together. So who is it going to be the first guys? It's going to be the Sunnyvale Shithawks. Second round exit by the hands of the Taipei Typhoons with McLean. You will be in the first division, and let's see who your 4 others are going to be with you. Hopefully they're not too crazy, but let's go add you in Lloyd Xmas 10, Providence Seabass. Another expansion team in a way. But he played with Troy City, and I think he got into the conference finals, or he got ousted by, he got ousted by Troy Hill before Troy Hill went to the Bruley Cup finals. So the next team in that division is the Charlotte Reds, or is it? No, it's Charlotte Charlestown Chiefs with Sammy Smith 33. He came close to the Prospect Cup finals, but fell to the Gaelic Gopher and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. But you know what? Maybe this is your year of redemption. You've stocked up with a little bit better of talent on your roster this year, and maybe this is the year that Ronak and Turgeon take you on. And Chroninator, he's going to bring it. Come on. Then the next team in that division. So Team 4 in Division 1. And it will be the North Bay Knights with the Unholy. Really bad start to the season, and just picked it up and then got swept by Sean Bell in the Thunder Bay Pike in the first round. He even admitted, he's just like, I felt like I was like a fish out of water, just didn't have things going the way he wanted to. And maybe season 2, now that he's used to the league and used to who he plays against, maybe it gives him an opportunity to pick up some rivalries in that division. And then the last team in the first division will be, let's find out. Let's see if it's somebody interesting. And I got a feeling it's going to be G-Lock in the Saguenay Aviator. G-Lock didn't have his normal push to the end to be able to get the G-Lock rush, but this might give him an opportunity to redeem himself. So that's the first division. So the first division is going to be Sunnyvale, North Bay, Providence, Sammy Smith and the Chiefs, and the Saguenay Aviators, or Aviators if you want to say it in French. So the second division now is going to be, let's find out who the second division is going to have. It's going to be an exciting season. I really do. Think it's going to be a really great year. Starting the new year off, but Surrey Hacks HC will be composing of the first team. Elias 8555. It took some time to get used to it. I think he's more used to 94 type players, so he maybe drafted his team based on that. But I think he's gonna take another step moving forward. He picked up some good momentum at the end of the season, but we'll find out what he does in season 2. The next team adding to his division with him. I might not remember all the teams in the order, who there's going to be in which division and which, but it's Autobahn with B. Clinto 1. Brandon's going to be in that division. Me and him have spoken in great lengths that it's going to be an interesting type year, especially if we're in the same division because we play each other very tight. But Brandon in the Autobahn had another first round exit, I believe, and it wasn't the way he wanted to end the season. As did I. I lost in Game 7. So we'll go from there anyways. Come on! And then we add the surprise team, the Taipei Typhoons, with Nathan MB. Surprised a lot of people. Knocked off Pitt, then knocked off Sunnyvale. Knocked off pretty much almost all of Pennsylvania if he was able to knock off Troy Hill, but he came up short. So, and it would have set up a full Waterloo head-to-head matchup, but it didn't happen. So, Nathan, great job first year. Let's see if you can keep it going and get season 2. The fourth team added to this division will be the Troy City Titans, potentially. Yes, the Troy City, and it's TBD. So Aftershock I'm having trouble getting a hold of him, and it seems like he's ready to go. But the thing is, as well, is that if he's unable to, or things hit the fan and he just can't do it, there's a team opening for him, and I'd like to be able to find out if anybody does take over his team. Please tell the guy that might take them over is that he will rename his team with the letter starting with T, so that I don't mess up the ROM trying to shift everything over. Let them know that their team must start with the letter T. And then the last team in that division will be, it looks like Anaheim Ducks. Yep, so G-Lock, you avoided King Raph. But that builds up another strong division. And Anaheim first round exit to the hands of the Grand River Hurons with Moses now. Not Sean Collins, Moses. And the bounty has been lifted. So he can focus now on playing instead of worrying about bounties. Third division. Let's find out what's going on here in the third division, and the first team will likely be the Minhatrick Swayzes, formerly known as the Minnesota Mullets, with Sagathon, another deep playoff push, and then ousted by Sean Bell. The one team that gave him the hardest time in the whole playoff series is that he had. The Mullets had come really, really close to winning that series, and if they had, maybe my prediction of the Minnesota Mullets winning the Brule Cup would have came true. But Sean Bell, you fucked me over. It's okay, don't worry. Well, all is forgiven. You won your Brule Cup. Now you can sit back in the rearview mirror. Maybe defend it as a back-to-back. Let's find out. Is season 3 potentially our first back-to-back champion? Who knows? Second team in that division. I would love to be in that division with Sagathon. But it's another fellow Sagathoner with the Gaelic Gopher, and the Minnesota Golden Gophers will be joining him in that division. 2 Sagathoners in one division. That's setting up to being something quite intense. Really don't know what it's going to be like, but that would have been weird. But the Sudbury Slag with Colin. An expansion team joining in them with the third division, the third team in that division, and it's shaping up to be an interesting conference. But right now we go into the next team, and it looks like it might be the Halifax Schooners. It is with Halifax, in the Halifax Schooners, another team that showed a lot of promise in season 1, took kind of a back step in season 2, but picked up momentum again. Just missed out on the playoffs and then got knocked out by the Sumter Trash in the Prospect Cup's first round. So maybe a transition year for Halifax. And I believe this is the last team. Let me just count this. 5, 10, 15. Yes, this will be the last team in that division. I would really like to be in this division, but who knows? Oh, and no, it's going to be Vicky BC. Son of a bitch. So I didn't want to be in the same conference as Sean Bell, but whatever, it's going to happen. It's going to be a pretty deep conference just looking at the teams that are left on the board here. But Vicky BC joins that division. I think it was Minnesota Mullet. No, it's called the Minhatrick Swayzes. The Gaelic Gopher with the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Vicky BC. I can't even remember the other two teams. But Colin's gonna be in that division with the Sudbury Slag and Halifax. There you go. That's the fifth one. So moving into the other conference. So the 15 teams left will be creating the other conference. So we'll see who the first team is of that division. And it is going to be the Thunder Bay Pike and the defending Bruley Cup champs. Sean Bell expansion team broke a lot of records. Probably the lowest goals against average we've seen so far in the playoffs. He just barely beat King Rath with Artis Urbe's playoff performances from last season. But regardless, he's the Bruley Cup champ, and he's going into the season with a target on his back. So the second team joining him in that division is going to be the Tickle Puss, Troy Hill, the most vulgar person in the league, but the most entertaining at the same time, another Pennsylvanian. He'll be joining him. So we have a Bruley Cup finals matchup that ended very in a weird way, but having them in the same division is going to create that rivalry now with those two guys moving forward. So let's find out who their running mates will be for the next couple seasons. And Charlotte Reds and Coach Mike. I've had extensive talks with him. We're going to have a lot of things working with him together moving forward, hopefully to get the league a little bit more exposure and also to get more of training on how to get everybody up and running depending on whatever program you're on. And also at the same time too, he's a gamer. So we'll find out what he can do. But his expansion team with the Charlotte Reds, we'll find out what he can do in season 1. I've heard good things so far. That's yet for me to determine until I actually play him. But Renfrew Creamery Kings and LHX joining that. So Renfrew gets to relive that famous 0.000 seconds left on the clock series clinching loss to Sean Bell over and over again in season 3. And I believe this will be the last team in that division. I think. Yes, it will be the last team in that division. We're going to be adding right now who will be the 5th team in that division. And it will be the Brantford Smoke with Gambini. Another rough year for the Brantford Smoke, but he's getting his team into the spot right now with sending Messier. He's got the team to be able to take a run. Scott Stevens, he's got some players that are boosting up in the overalls. And then he's adding some young depth to his team too through the draft. So I'm kind of curious to see what he's going to do in season 3. So moving into our next division is going to be, it looks like the Pitt Intramurals. So the Pitt Intramurals will take over the 5th division as the first team. Pitt Intramurals went from last to first. Quite exciting team to see. You have Eiserman, you have Forsberg, you have Jim Carey, who came, I think we gave him, he won the Chet Stetman Award for Rookie of the Year, just ousting Forsberg. But at the same time too, Carey only lasted a couple seasons, so let's see what he does here in season 3 and his second season in the league. But let's see who his running mates are going to be in that division with Pitt. Adolf Nipples, you and I are going to continue our rivalry going forward, but we're going to be in the same division. 2 first-round exits. I don't think the Orlando Cyclones are meant for deep playoff pushes. We're just here for entertainment value, I guess. But another strong season by the Cyclones, but just not good enough to get into the second round. A very nail-biting, disappointing loss in Game 7 to the Sunnyvale Shithawks, but it is what it is. It's hockey. You lose, you lose. You move on, you build off of that. So, third team to be added in this division. It's going to be the Ugandan Giants or Albany Mohawks. The Ugandan Giants with Jay Pizzle, a fellow Pennsylvanian. It's going to be an interesting season. Never seen him play. A lot of guys talk very highly of him. We'll see what he does in season 1. 4 games to take my shots at him. Hopefully there's some good shots. The next team, I think this will be the 4th team for this division. And it's the Highland Wolf. Ed, welcome to the fray. We have almost all of Pennsylvania and me in this. And is it possible that I can add another Pennsylvanian? Sugar Valley and Albany would be the other 2 teams. If we put it in, I would have to deal with 4 Pennsylvania ding-dongs. So, not looking forward to that, but it is what it is. Let's find out who I end up having. I'm going to have it, watch. I'm going to have it. And just as I open my mouth, it happens. But I don't think Albany Mohawks are from Pennsylvania. The Pasture of the Muppets, 39. An expansion team came in after the expansion draft. Probably one of the coolest names that we have is a Discord handle. But I don't think he's from Pennsylvania. I don't think so. I think he's actually from New York State. So thank you, Pasture. You and I balance out this division instead of all being Philadelphia. And from what we can see right here, there's no point in spinning the rest of the wheel. The last division will be the Sumter Trash, the Sugar Valley Firebirds, the Dinkelberg Dinkelberries, Grand River Hurons, and the Richfield Oracles. So that will consist of the last division. So a recap will be posted on Discord. I will post this video shortly, and hopefully this will balance out the league a little bit. I think having 3 divisions of 5, you play 4 games within your division, creates a little bit more of a rivalry. And also it creates some balance. It keeps you guys kind of interested in like, okay, who am I playing in my division? These are going to be your division running mates for a couple seasons until something else happens dramatically in the league. But until then, I'll be going back to my weekly videos starting next weekend or next Friday, hopefully if we can get the draft done. And it will be a season preview based on everybody's rosters, based on what we expect everything to go as, and kind of like maybe some projections on where people might finish in the standings, and some potential preseason award winners, or at least front runners, and we'll go from there. But until next week, stay groovy, boys, and we'll see you on the flip side. Your host, Ultra Magnus. Keep playing. Love 95.